Last month I reviewed some of the posts on the Facebook Science subreddit and it proved very popular. So much so that you asked in your hundreds for me to do it again. So I've once again trawled through the subreddit to find the very best examples of bad science. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick thank you to the sponsors of today's video, 1440. With so much information out there, do you find it difficult to get just the facts and not just opinions? 1440 is your all-in-one source of impartial, quickly digestible news. We have limited time each morning to catch up on important news and information. And 1440 is a quick and easy digestible news source with none of the clickbait and spin. You can come to your own conclusions based on fact, not opinion. All you have to do is go to join1440.com/SimonDan and enter your email address to get started for free. Once I'm done with my morning writing, I like to sit down with a coffee and go through some of the important news stories of the day. Like this story I found from NASA, who are putting together a mission to retrieve the Perseverance rover. Simply amazing. I love the variety of articles available and the diversity of subjects in each digest too. I'm certainly much more up to speed about what's going on in the world now I'm able to access this information more quickly. Get informed without the BS today. Just click the link in the description or go to join1440.com/SimonDan and subscribe to 1440 for free today. Right, back to today's video. We're going to review some more of the Facebook Science subreddit posts. And it's quite possibly worse than last month's. I'll let you decide on that one. Here we go. Eyeball Earth theory. What do we have here then? Let's take a look properly, shall we? Eyeball Earth theory. So the flat Earth is our pupil, the surrounding sea our iris, and the glass firmament above is the lens of our eye. Wow, a lot of thought has gone into that, hasn't it? Of course, it's total nonsense, but I really like the effort. I'm kind of okay with that. Next. Actually, animals kill and eat each other because we kill and eat them. If we stop, they'll stop. Wait, what? It is a vicious cycle of madness that started when man killed and ate the first animal 3,000 years ago. Because he did that, this behaviour spread throughout the animal kingdom and encompassed the world in the evil darkness of death. Okay, first off, humans started killing animals a lot longer than 3,000 years ago. And to say that the only reason that animals kill and eat other animals in the wild is because we kill animals is utterly ridiculous. What are the animals of this world supposed to eat in this day and age? Nuts and pulses? Dear oh dear. And to think they would stop if we stopped. What have we got next? Interesting that the new strains of COVID are all named after human brainwaves. Well, not really, because the brainwaves were named after the Greek alphabet in the order that they were discovered. We use this sort of labelling all of the time. For instance, stars in constellations are ordered or labelled in the order of their apparent brightness. For example, Betelgeuse is the brightest star in the constellation of Orion, so its official name is Alpha Orionis. It was just easier to label the different variants of COVID in this manner so we can keep track. Wow, that was an odd one. Next up. New. Recent independent research shows that COVID-19 nasal swab tests have nanoworm technology on them, and said worms can traverse the blood-brain barrier and go inside brain cells. If you have ever taken a C19 test, you have worms inside your brain. Now come on, you really don't expect people to believe this, do you? What am I talking about? Of course people are going to believe this. What even is nanoworm technology and what is it for? What's the purposes of putting it into our bodies? So many questions, not enough time. Let's continue. Do you experience a full moon hangover? Due to the intense energy radiating from a full moon, many people find they are unable to relax or sleep deeply and then suffer from a full moon hangover. Common symptoms: prefer to spend time alone, feeling your body vibrating, vivid dreams or nightmares, poor focus and concentration, restless, anxiety and irritability, enhanced intuition and insights, impatience and easily triggered, mood swings and argumentative, heightened emotions and senses, increased or decreased energy, tension, headaches and physical pains. The intense energy from the moon. How the bloody hell do these people deal with life in the daytime then? Because the moon only radiates about 11% of the sun's energy, so must be being tortured during the day. Unless they're talking about vampires. Interesting. Also, increased or decreased energy. Moving on. We need to go back to throwing all heathens with these false scientific ideas in jail. Science is a scourge to facts. Science is literally the pursuit of facts. Science says the moon is made out of rock. You know any of rocks that glow? Yes, but that is irrelevant in that the moon does not glow in the strict sense of the term. It reflects light from the sun. Wrong again. Wow, how can people be so confident yet so wrong in the same breath? What am I saying? I host Tinfoil Tuesdays and Flat Earth Fridays. I see it all the time. It's a regular occurrence. Still funny though, hey. Next. Wrong. The Earth was created some 5,000 years ago. At some point, God fast-forwarded time to the end of the world and then reversed Earth's time billions of years to the beginning of the universe. The reason why God did this is to allow God's enemies to choose science over him. This seems like a really roundabout way to do something from God here. And why is choosing science a bad thing? So confused right now. Let's move on. Electricity is a mystery. No one has ever observed it or heard or felt it. We can see and hear and feel only what electricity does. We know that it makes light bulbs shine and irons heat up and telephones ring, but we cannot say what electricity itself is like. We cannot even say where electricity comes from. Some scientists think that the sun may be the source of most electricity. Others think that the movement of the earth produces some of it. All anyone knows is that electricity seems to be everywhere and that there are many ways to bring it forth. Wow, from an actual science textbook. I'll be pretty interested to know when that science textbook was made, because I'm pretty sure we've known about where electricity comes from for a fairly long time. Shocking. Okay, what do we got next? Bizarre fact. It is against the law to interact with dolphins unless you're at an aquarium, zoo, theme park, etc. The reason for this is not to protect dolphins, but to stop humans from developing connections with mammals that are actually smarter than us. Dolphins have a cerebral cortex that is 40% larger than humans and have their own language which we are unable to comprehend. It is considered that dolphins may have knowledge about Atlantis, Lemuria, etc., which generally is hidden from the public via the Vatican archives. Now, I'm in no doubt that dolphins are smart creatures, or that they have their own language of sorts. However, I don't think that they're smarter than us. Well, most of us. And I certainly won't entertain that the Vatican has proof of their ancient knowledge. Let's move on. Evolution shouldn't even be debated because no one has ever seen a population of animals evolve into something totally different than what they were. Evolution isn't the cause of anything. Without life, it's redundant. So can life create itself? Hell no. Lol. Yes, because evolution is exactly like Pokemon, isn't it? Dear oh dear. When will these evolution deniers actually understand what evolution is? I love the lol at the end, like they think they know they're right and that everyone else is wrong. Amazing. Right, what we got next? Spiritual secrets you'll learn over time. The sun upgrades your DNA. The moon strengthens your psychic abilities. Trees absorb negative energy. The ocean has the ability to cleanse your aura and trigger a psychological state of calm and contentment. Upgrade your DNA to what? This has to be some of the most pseudo-scientific babble I've ever heard. Just incredible. Let's move on. Where do we think lava comes from? Good question. I'm not exactly sure where it comes from, obviously God, but did you know that every pyramid on Earth has to have lava running under it? It is a stipulation to make them work properly, which also tells us that there was lava under the Earth before the flood, as the pyramids were made before the flood. Every pyramid on Earth, eh? And how exactly do they work properly? Now, of course, they're talking about magma here, because lava is the term that we use when molten rock has broke through to the surface. Let's move on again. Did you know? Melanin is the super absorber of all forms of energy. It has black hole properties. It absorbs toxins. It can convert light to sound and back again. It stores, transforms and conducts electric energy, and it allows the growth of human beings towards spiritual consciousness and inner vision. Black hole properties? What even is that? Very interesting to hear that melanin, a pigment in our skin, has the ability to give us literal superpowers. Incredible. What do we got next? Dog poop. The question is, if I put a small amount of dog poop into my brownies and blended it in and baked them and told you, would you eat them? They have been using aborted babies in immunisations for years. Then insert that into our children over and over through the immunisation cycle. They don't know if they use male or female tissue, and then you wonder why kids may be confused about who they are, masculine or feminine characteristics. Now I know now you're saying, how could that affect a child? Is it just a small amount? Oh, but will you eat my brownies? It's just a small amount. No, we're saying that it wouldn't affect a child in that way, and we're saying there are no aborted babies in live vaccinations. And no, I wouldn't eat those brownies. They'd have dog in them. Okay, next up. I still do it, always love it. So powerful. You know that smelly stuff? Drinking aged urine. I gulp down 16 ounces of 1 year plus aged urine every day. My wrinkles have mostly all disappeared as a result. Then I wonder, if this is what's happening to me on the outside, imagine what's happening to my organs on the inside. Oh my days, yes, imagine. Seriously though, stop drinking urine. It is designed to leave our body. It is not good for us. There's a reason why it's designed to leave our body. Yuck. Please, can we move on from this one? Hello my urine angels, question for you. Has anyone else out there sprayed aged urine in their hair for deep conditioning, healing from harsh tap water in shower and reverse greying? If so, what is the trick to keep from offending the world with the smell? I actually spray it on nightly and let it soak in and dry through the night. And in the morning, re-wet my hair and add great smelling natural hair product. Would love your feedback. What the Seriously, what is wrong with people spraying aged urine into their hair? The trick from offending people with the smell would be not to spray aged urine in your hair in the first place. Bloody hell. Moving on. Oxygen is the purest element of God. Okay, the unspoken truth is that we in the anti-masking community believe that oxygen is the purest element of God. Ox is a symbol of redemption, Y as in the Y chromosome, God the Father, Gen as in Genesis or origin beginning. Wearing a mask serves as the divide between God the Father and man. Thus, we end up breathing in increased CO2, carbon, being the mark of the beast. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons is the mark of the beast, 666. Because of this decrease in O2 and increase in CO2, it will cause humans to behave more diabolically, i.e. increased fornication via sodomy and masturbation. Studies have proven that wearing masks leads to increased homosexual behaviour. We believe that this is directly due to the lack of oxygen to the pineal gland. Anti-breathers are the Antichrist, and in conclusion, we as children of God cannot be associated with such deviants. Oh wow, where to start with this one? We don't breathe in more CO2 with a mask on, and there are several videos out there showing that our oxygen saturation stays the same whilst wearing a mask. As for the increased homosexual behaviour because you've got a mask on, you could have just said you were homophobic. Would have been easier. Disgusting post, move on. I'm currently organising my own private blood drive for my unvaccinated husband who is in ICU in a ventilator and ECMO because the blood banks do not separate blood as vaxxed/unvaxxed. Do your research, we should have a choice. A private blood drive? I don't think I'd be keen on taking someone's blood from a private blood drive without any medical experience. And besides, if that's how you think that vaccines work, then you do not know how vaccines work. Right, one more to go, let's get this done. Once you take the jab, you will no longer have the DNA needed to enter the kingdom. Your DNA has been changed to RNA, which is of the fallen angels. The D is the door, Dale, into the kingdom, and they, the Nephilim, are removing it through their venom and replacing it with the R, which is Ra, evil, in the Hebrew tongue. The wheat, DNA, and the tares, RNA, will be separated very soon. Absolute nonsense. Seriously. The mRNA vaccines do not change your DNA. RNA cannot influence DNA. It's a one-way road. It doesn't work the other way. Vaccine disinformation is some of the most numerous and disgusting misinformation out there. It's dangerously incorrect and seriously needs stamping out soon. Right, well there we go. Another fantastic and interesting look at the world of Facebook science. With your approval, we'll do it again next month. I have to admit, they're very enjoyable to do. If you enjoyed this video today, please do consider subscribing. It'd be very much appreciated. If you did enjoy it, like the video as well. Just enough time to once again thank 1440 for sponsoring today. Remember, visit join1440.com/SimonDan to join up to 1440 for free today. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you on Friday for Flat Earth Fail Compilation 29. See you then.